Hello friends, welcome. If you're interested in making your own tarot deck, oracle deck, card deck in general, and don't want to shell out a whole bunch of money or just want to do it yourself with a local print shop, I've got some good tips for you today, because that's just what I've done in editing, revising a tarot deck from 1709, Pierre Madeny, Dijon, France, and did it all through the Canva app. Now you could use any app that you wish to set up your images graphically. The images that I'm showing in this video are from the Swiss National Museum in Zurich, the Pierre Madeny 1709 tarot deck. So get some good quality images. TIFF images are the best, the higher resolution images. Also, when you send your images to PDF, you want to process your images as PDF. In the Canva app, I upgraded to the Pro version to do that. And you want to choose CMYK as your color scheme, not RGB. Go CMYK as your color scheme. And do not flatten your images when you send them to your local print shop. And call around and get some quotes as what a prototype deck might be like. I'm going to flip the camera around here in a minute and show you all the tools of the trade, as this was my first time doing it and it turned out pretty successful. You also want to get at least 110 pound cardstock, 110 pound to 130 pound. Now the print, and you want to go to the print shop and actually feel the cardstock. You actually want to feel the cardstock and try to replicate what you're going for in comparison to like an existing card deck. Like here's an existing tarot card deck from France by the Grimaud company. So that's probably about 110, 120 pound. And that's what you want to do, is you want to match that to the type of cardstock that you want. It's a good option, it's an affordable option, and if you set up a whole bunch of images on a sheet that I'm about to show, you can cut these at home and get a really nice deck, and then you can decide where to go with it from there. So without further ado, I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you the tools of the trade of making your own custom DIY tarot, oracle, or other sort of card deck. I printed out 3 decks of a 78 card deck of tarot cards, so I had 3 decks to experiment with, and it cost me $30 to print. Now you want a self-healing cutting mat, and these are great when you cut into them. And I'm using X-acto knives because I'm kind of an X-acto knife pro, and you want to practice using the X-acto knives on a practice deck that you're not going to mess up, so you get good familiarity with it. You also want a cork-backed ruler that does not slip. See that? Actually moving the camera around on the table because that doesn't slip. So that's what you want. A ruler that does not have the cork backing will slide and make it hard to get that good cut that you're going to need to keep your lines nice and straight. Self-healing cutting mat, ruler with a cork backing, and you also want a corner rounder. At least I did. I didn't like the square corners, and I really liked the rounded corners, and they worked out really nicely. You can set grids and rulers as you're using the app so you can get your images exactly the same size. This is very important, that all your images must be the exact same size. You've got to set up grids as you're working in the app, so when you print these out and you cut them, and when you get your images here, you got your ruler, you got your pencil, and get yourself a template card. This is what I use, is a template card. And you want to match that up to each card as you go, just to confirm after you make your measurements that the card is going to match it exactly, whatever it be. You can even make it out of a clear plastic, but some sort of template to really match that card. With the tools I was just describing, you can see a little bit of that right here in this clip. All right, so there's a squared off card. I'll take my 3mm rounder here. Great, La Lune. And then right here you can see here's a sample of, you know, one suit of the cup suit in the tarot, and you can see I've got those pretty nicely lined up. You also want to do your backs when you're doing it, and you can tell the print shop that you'll send this as a PDF, and you want to have the backs as well lined up, just so you want them to correspond to the fronts. Now this is how I did it for the most economical method. Now what I learned with the print shop is that with their advice was after the fact that I'd done this, they had told me that I really should be doing one image per page on the PDF. Like for example, this is just one page that I set up in the Canva app, just like this. Well, at the print shop, they do this business. I mean, typically, I didn't do it this way, but typically you would send them a PDF with, say, in my case, it would be 78 pages on one PDF, and then leave it to them to set them up as you want on the cardstock. Whereas I just did them all on the Canva app as one page, and then I'm cutting them myself at home. See, if you send them one card per page of the PDF, then you can have them cut it right in the print shop for an additional fee. And I did all the cutting at home because they were like, we can't cut these the way that you've set it up. But that's okay, because it was my first time doing it. I have a great prototype with the tools here. So that's a basic primer on how to get into designing your own prototype, custom DIY, tarot, oracle, or other sort of card deck. And also, those of you who have recently subscribed to my channel, on the couple tarot card videos I've put up within the past month or so, I want to say thank you. If you have specific questions on that, please leave them in the comments section. CMYK, color scheme. Do not flatten before you send the image to them. And work with high quality images at first. Small JPEGs on the order of like 3 megabytes an image is not going to cut it. You're not going to get the clarity that you see that I've gotten on these images. And I was working from TIFF files in the Canva app. Very good file format for images. Thanks for tuning in. Be a real honor if you subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more content in this direction. And thanks for watching.